More countries are turning away from the United States and choosing Canada instead. Why? It's not just about trade, it's about trust. Today, we look at 10 nations quietly shifting their economic focus north, and what it means for the future. Number 10, China. China, the second largest economy on the planet, made a surprising move earlier this year. In April, it bought more oil from Canada than it did from the United States. That wasn't just a one-time thing, it was part of a larger strategy. Why the switch? China has grown tired of unpredictable tariffs and sudden rule changes from the United States. It wants trading partners who won't shift policies overnight. Canada offers that kind of stability, but oil is just the start. This is about long-term influence. China wants to work with countries it can count on, especially as it tries to shape the future of global development. So by partnering more with Canada, China sends a clear signal. It's ready to reduce its reliance on the United States if that means gaining more control and certainty. Number 9, Japan. Japan is known for being loyal and careful in its decisions, but even Japan is rethinking its partnerships. In recent years, the United States has floated the idea of tariffs, even against allies like Japan, on critical products like liquefied natural gas. That made Japan nervous. That's where Canada comes in. On its west coast, Canada is finishing one of the largest LNG export facilities in the world. This gives Japan another option for getting energy, one that's more reliable and less political. Japan isn't making a big deal out of this shift, but behind the scenes, cargo ships are already moving, contracts are being signed, and energy plans are being rewritten. Canada is quietly becoming Japan's backup, just in case the United States becomes too risky to depend on. Number 8, United Kingdom. The United Kingdom has always been one of America's closest allies. But in business, even the best friendships can be tested. With the United States becoming less predictable, especially around tariffs and trade deals, the United Kingdom has started looking elsewhere. Canada is the obvious choice. It shares language, values, and legal systems with the United Kingdom, making deals easier to set up. Key British industries like medicine, aerospace, and machinery depend on stable trade. They can't afford sudden changes. Some in London are already preparing for a future where Canada is their primary trade partner across the Atlantic. They're not broadcasting it, but they are quietly getting ready. Number 7, India. India, with its massive population and growing tech economy, has had a rocky relationship with the United States in recent years. When the United States removed key trade perks and imposed tariffs, India responded with tariffs of its own. The damage from that conflict hasn't fully healed. Even though there's a temporary peace right now, India isn't sitting still. It's looking to diversify, and Canada is stepping up. India needs things like agricultural products, tech partnerships, and fair trade terms. Canada provides all of those. In the past year, India has sharply increased imports from Canada. This isn't about emotion, it's about strategy. India wants to avoid being too tied to any one country, especially one that uses trade as a weapon. Number 6, Germany. Germany's economy is built on exports. Cars, machines, and chemicals all need steady markets to survive. For a long time, the United States was one of Germany's biggest customers, but trust was damaged during years of tariff fights, and even now, new trade disputes remain a concern. Germany is quietly adjusting course. Canadian businesses are working with German automakers, especially around electric vehicles and battery technology. Meanwhile, German companies are opening offices and factories in Canada. Why? Because Canada offers consistency, something German businesses can plan around. In a world full of uncertainty, Canada gives Germany a safer path forward. Number 5, Netherlands. The Netherlands may be small, but it plays a huge role in global shipping and logistics. Rotterdam, one of the world's busiest ports, moves goods all over the world. But Dutch companies are growing uneasy with United States trade policies, especially sudden tariffs and changes in climate rules. So what are they doing? They're branching out. Tech companies, farms, and shipping firms are investing in Canadian partnerships. Rotterdam is even building stronger ties with Halifax, one of Canada's key ports, to create backup trade routes. What's behind this move? Shared values. Dutch companies care about environmental responsibility and long-term planning. They see those same priorities in Canada, more than they do in the United States right now. Number 4, France. France has always played a major role in global trade, whether in fashion, tech, or aviation. But recently, the United States has become a less dependable partner. Tariffs on wine, cheese and aircraft have left French companies wondering what's next. Their answer? Canada. French exports to Canada are growing. Wine, luxury products and tech are making their way across the Atlantic in larger numbers. At the same time, French aerospace and startup companies are expanding into Canadian cities like Montreal and Toronto. It's not just about products, it's about principles. French businesses want fairness, clear rules and long-term partnerships. Canada checks all those boxes. And while this change isn't happening overnight, it's already reshaping how France approaches global trade. Number 3, Italy. Italy is famous for its creativity, design, and quality goods, but underneath that image is a strong manufacturing base that relies on steady exports. The US has long been a big customer, but growing fears of new trade restrictions are making Italian companies nervous, so they're acting now. Fashion companies are teaming up with Canadian retailers, car part suppliers are shifting exports north, even agricultural firms are looking at Canadian land for future projects. Why the interest? Canada offers fewer surprises. Its trade policies are clear and steady. For Italy, that makes it a safer place to build long-term partnerships. Number 2, Belgium. Belgium might not be a giant, but it holds a strategic position in Europe's trade network. It connects major economies like Germany and France, and its ports move goods all over the world. For years, Belgian companies relied heavily on the US, but that's starting to change. Why? The usual story: tariffs, trade uncertainty, and political unpredictability. Now Canada is rising on Belgium's radar. Pharmaceutical firms are expanding into Canadian markets. Machinery makers are routing more exports through Canadian channels, and Belgium's ports are developing stronger links with Canadian coastal cities. Belgium also has its own political challenges at home, so it values international partners that bring calm and clarity, not more confusion. That's why Canada is becoming a bigger piece of Belgium's global puzzle. Number 1, South Korea. South Korea is one of the top tech and industrial powers in Asia. For decades, it relied on the US as a major market and partner. But recently that relationship has faced pressure, especially with tariffs hitting Korean electronics and steel. Those extra costs hurt Korean businesses, so they're making a shift. Canada is now a key focus. Korean tech firms are investing in Vancouver, car companies are working with Canadian suppliers, even shipbuilders are forming new partnerships. What's driving this change? Trust. South Korea wants partners that play fair and stick to the rules. Canada offers that kind of environment, and it's becoming a central part of South Korea's long-term trade strategy. What do all these countries have in common? They're not turning their backs on the US, they're simply reducing their risk. They want options, they want steady ground, and more they're finding that in Canada. This quiet shift is reshaping the global economy. As old alliances get tested and new ones are formed, Canada is stepping up, not just as a backup but as a serious player on the world stage. Could your country be next? If you enjoyed this breakdown, give us a like, subscribe for more global insights, and share this video with someone curious about how the world is changing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.